The Center for Contemporary Art Lagos is a contemporary art space that was founded in 2007 by the late Bissy Silva. The center operates a library, a specialist arts library, an archive, a gallery. We also publish art books, and we run an art school called the Àsìkò Art School. The Àsìkò Art School was founded in 2010 as a workshop dealing with the theme on independence and the ambivalence of promise. When it first started, it was a workshop for photographers around the African continent to think about independence, as many of the nations on the continent were turning 50, and Bissy wanted to spend some time researching the role that photography played in independence movements on the continent. Now, when Bissy, just before Bissy passed away, she had already initiated Àsìkò in Praia, but of course it couldn't happen because she wasn't very well. And so when we wanted to restart the project, we thought it'd be important for us to start where she left off, with Praia. The theme was the poetics of place. And of course this was happening 5 years after the last Àsìkò, so we had to really think through what does Àsìkò look like post-Bissy? What does it look like post-COVID and lockdown? This was very much a school that was birthed prior to like the social media movement. And so when we restarted, of course, we had to think through the importance of an art school of this kind moving around the continent and available to African artists. When we did decide to relaunch the program, it was on the heels of the lockdown, so we weren't too sure if we were even going to be able to realize the project. But speaking to artists, we realized that artist residencies were still very much something that artists needed and wanted the opportunity to do. The way that Àsìkò is set up is that it's a school that's open to African participants. In Praia, we did open up to diaspora. We invited 3 participants who were not based on the continent, but who were of African descent. Our facilitators come from anywhere in the world. So we don't have the same restriction that they need to be African to be a facilitator, because our assumption is that our facilitators are also coming to learn about the countries that we are traveling to. And so we want to make sure that the program is still a global program, i.e. there's still access globally relevant information. But we also recognize that our facilitators coming into Africa are also learning from their experiences in Africa, and they take that learning back into the environments that they exist in, whether that's schools, arts institutions, art ecosystems. The idea is that everybody comes and works together on one research theme. So it's not about individuals, and many art schools are about individual artists working on their own individual project, but Àsìkò is about a group-based, site-specific research program. And we invite artists to think critically, to develop their research skills and their critical thinking, so that they can take that back into their own personal practice. The line I live by is that God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. For me, I would say that I've gotten very far through collaboration. Collaboration has been key for me in so many different ways. It has provided me with funding, it's provided me with insight, it has just provided me with structures that maybe I didn't already have. It's increased my network. I say the key is really collaboration. I actually encourage people, if they can. For me, when I was first starting up, I worked in a collective called Van Lagos with artists Emeka Ogbo and Jude Anogwi. And I honestly believe that because I had them to bounce ideas off, to, you know, work sometimes without resources with, but just knowing that we were all passionate about what we were trying to achieve. I think for me, that really took me a long way. So where it's possible, I would say collaborate, and where possible, work in collectives.